Number 11. Tell us something that would surprise us about your team. Special talents, affiliations, etc. Show us any talent.
I used to ride horses, and I still would today if I had a horse. Most people don't know that I competed in several shows and competitions, won many ribbons. I stopped riding about 10 years ago. I haven't been back since. I haven't had a chance to. Talents. Jen pointed out that she thinks that I make good fondant figures and modeling chocolate figures. I've done monkeys and rabbits and a couple others. I don't think they're great, but I'm my own worst critic. Something people don't know is that I won Best Overall Professional Cupcake for a competition with the Leukemia Lymphoma Society locally. That was the highlight of that year. About you? Oh, say about the pictures, the slideshow.
Oh, okay. I belong to the ACF, American Culinary Federation. Something that she probably didn't know is that I am a pipe organ player. I've been, for the last 18 years that I was taking lessons. I like to do anything from the heart. I like to create cakes from the heart. I don't want to just slap some things on the cake. I like to do it and that I know that it's done to perfection. We'll actually have a slideshow later to put in of our creations.
Number 12. What does baking mean to your team? Why do you love and what do you do?
I think for both of us, baking is our huge part of our life. It's what we're most passionate about. It's second important, right after our families and our children. Baking is a way of life for me, and I get super excited when I get new baking tools. But, you know, so does she. So just ask her about IKEA.
As she says, you know, getting new tools and things, it is very exciting. But the passion, I do have a love for baking and pastry, and my family, of course. Without them, I wouldn't be where I am.
Especially the look on little kids' faces when you give them their cake.
Absolutely, and the parents, because it's what they ordered.
What types of people, things, push your buttons and why?
People that push my buttons, the person asking the questions, my boyfriend who lives with me and definitely knows what buttons to push. My 8-year-old also knows what buttons to push when he argues about what to wear for picture day. I couldn't tell you why. But, I don't know. I roll with it most of the time. You?
People that they don't get done what they're supposed to in the time allotment, or they're very disorganized and kind of running around, fluttering around, what to do next. Things need to be neat and in order.
Emotional. People that are overly emotional because they're not doing what they need to do or getting done what they need done.
Right. That they choose to do other things other than what they're supposed to do. That's something that gets on my nerves.
If you've watched any episodes of Next Great Baker, which cast members do you most relate to and why?
I've seen some episodes from season 1, season 2, and season 3. I can't recall their names. I do know that when I was down in Jersey, my boyfriend actually got me one of your decorating classes for my birthday, and the person teaching the class was the winner from season 2, I believe, of Next Great Baker. And she was an amazing teacher and an amazing person to get to know. Actually told me about the internship offered down at Carlos Bakery and so on. I think she's probably my favorite just because I actually got to meet her and talk to her on a personal level aside from seeing her on TV.
I saw a few episodes. Once, like her, I'm not quite sure of any of the names. There's several that I kind of can relate to that, you know, I can be like them, especially being a winner.
How would you rate your team's skill level, for the following. It would be beginner, intermediate, or expert on baking,
I'd say I'm an expert on baking. You?
I'd say an expert.
construction,
Amateur on construction. Still working on that.
I'd say intermediate to expert is somewhere in between. I know it can be better, but I'm not the worst.
sculpting,
Beginner. I've only done one sculpted cake, but I really want to learn how to do more.
Beginner to intermediate, I do some cakes that I've sculpted. There's a lot of that I do actually of carving out. It may not be tall, but it's actually carving out of what the customer wants.
baking other pastries and desserts,
Intermediate to expert. I've done homemade Danish and homemade croissants from scratch. That was quite a process.
I'd say an expert. Where I had my internship, it really improved my skills for pastries and desserts. That has really threw me over on the level of that.
Why don't you tell me your internship was?
My internship was at the Hotel Hershey in Hershey, Pennsylvania.
do you feel your skills are better than the previous contestants on seasons 1 through 3? How elaborate and creative are your designs? Any special skills like 3D sculpting, cakes, sugar work, etc.?
I don't think I'm any better, but I also don't think I'm any worse than any of the contestants on any of the Next Great Baker series or seasons. I hope that I'm better than them in some ways, but in other ways I'm sure that they are far better than me. My skills, I don't think I have any exceptional ones, except for I can make a heck of a gum paste rose, and I love making them, especially for big, tall, tiered cakes.
And how do you learn how to make the gum paste roses?
I learned how to make the gum paste roses at Carlo's Bakery. Repeat the question.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Do you feel your skills are better than the
That's
previous contestants?
Like her, I don't believe that I wouldn't say that I would be any better. In some people's eyes, I might be better. But like she said as well, I don't believe that I'm any worse. I'm always open for room for improvement, learning, and just continuing to grow in what I love.
Tell us about your food industry experience, culinary schools, jobs, cooking classes, self-taught, etc. Do you have any pastry or other baking experiences besides cakes, pies, cookies, chocolates, etc.?
Yes. We have experience, both of us, in baking pastry classes. I don't know if Jen has any out of class, but most of my experience with the pastries, aside from pies, was in class. And pies I've been doing myself, and I'm self-taught for the most part. I taught myself how to do everything until I went to school in 2010.
I, of course, went to baking and pastry school. I did have cake decorating classes prior, years ago, 7, 8 years ago. Also self-taught, but definitely my grandmother had a huge influence that I would just sit and watch her and help her to bake. The pastry and dessert line of it, I definitely have something more than what the school had taught us.
Right.